Let's save our planet. Our Earth has not always been the blue planet that we know today. In its youth, it was merely a ball of molten matter. It was subjected to the pressure of the magma and the numerous meteorites which struck it. But let's look a little more closely at what is happening. After this intense volcanic activity, a crust formed on the surface as it cooled down. The continents begin to drift apart. An atmosphere forms and protects the Earth. Life makes its appearance in the oceans. Life evolves and divides into all sorts of forms as it colonizes our entire planet. This evolution has not always been linear. The adventure of life has been punctuated by natural cataclysms, which have led to the complete disappearance of species such as the dinosaurs. But the cataclysm which is on the horizon today is very different, because man is the cause. The human activity of our industrial era is responsible for global warming and the degradation of the environment. This is what our planet may look like in a few years. Carbon dioxide emissions are one of the main factors of our pollution and global warming. Industrial smoke and exhaust fumes are mainly responsible for these emissions. Our consumer society is producing more and more waste, but it has not found all the solutions for recycling. Pollution, whether it be household, agricultural or industrial, affects the air, the water and the soil, thus making the earth poorer and weaker. Deforestation causes soil erosion and destroys the habitat of numerous species of animals, which threatens them with extinction. Some parts of our Earth will soon look like vast rubbish dumps or areas of desolation if we do not change our ways. It is not too late to act. Life appeared in the water of the seas more than 3.5 billion years ago. Let's look at the treasures of life that we must preserve. Today, hundreds of thousands of species of plants and animals live in the oceans. Climate change is modifying the balance of the marine food chain and will lead to the disappearance of some species. The rise in sea temperature will wreak havoc on the ocean currents. The warmer water will also absorb carbon dioxide less efficiently. Today, we are not able to determine the consequences of these imbalances. These coral reefs form part of the most marvelous ecosystems on the planet. Will they be the next victims? But how do our waste and refuse end up at the bottom of the oceans? Most urban and industrial zones are situated close to the oceans, seas, and rivers. Water is thus used for energy, but also to carry off our waste. Very often, this pollution, which is formed of chemical micropollutants, is not always visible. In the same way, the slow diffusion into the soil of fertilizers and pesticides used in intensive farming will pollute the marine environment. All this pollution ends up in the oceans. We must preserve these natural treasures for future generations. Let us fight effectively against greenhouse gas emissions. We must avoid waste and tackle our refuse. Let us respect our Earth so that it remains the blue planet.